Hey everybody, back again, and today I wanted something a little different and talk about current events and politics. Specifically, tonight is the night of the third Democratic debate. I'll be watching it. I have watched the ones before. Kind of a political wonk. I like to follow that stuff and just stay engaged with it. And obviously, I have my own personal points of view, but like I would if I was in the classroom, kind of talk about things objectivity with objectivity, and just kind of my takes on where the race is so far and where do I see it going, and the different candidates still in the field, because it's interesting. You got a ton of people running in the Democratic for the Democratic nomination this year. And the whole thing is it's all about Trump. Even though Trump, who can beat Trump, right? And it's something the Democrats have been working on since the 2016 election. They've been gearing up for this time, and it's messy. It's kind of messy. Like the Republican field in 2016, there was a ton of candidates running, if you remember, and that was interesting because kind of early on, Trump kind of took the lead and just started kind of knocking people off single file, left and right, one by one, whatever, until he was last man left standing. And with the Democratic field now, it's been jumbled up a little bit, right? So for the longest time, Joe Biden has been in the lead. He was the favored candidate to win, which he should be. He was vice president for 8 years, not that long ago, under fairly popular presidents. Hillary Clinton was seen as kind of a continuation. Even Obama thought she would be a continuation of his policies and his administration. And when that didn't happen, it was a shock to a lot of people. But Hillary supporters will have you say that there's a lot of Americans who want to return, and did in 2016, to stay that course. And so Biden kind of represents a way to steer the ship back onto that path, right? To go back to Obama-style politics and the things he stood for, and a continuation of what was there before. So obviously, who better to be Obama 2.0 than his VP? And so Biden was in the lead for quite a while, but that has been changing. And I think as we go into debate tonight, Warren is maybe not first place, but right behind him in polls. Biden has had a tough go of it lately. He is quite old. His health has been kind of an issue. He's had some gaffes, which he always does. That's part of what makes Biden Biden. I think others may be reading into those too much, but they are, if you're a Biden supporter, it might be a little worrisome, right? Because we live in an age of sound bites, and if you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, honest mistake, I do constantly. I'm not even half of Biden's age. You get raked over the coals for it, and so that could maybe hurt Biden as well. He is he's an old, tired, white male, which is probably not very energizing to the younger part of the Democratic Party. But despite that, he was the front runner for a very, very long time. But can he beat Trump in a general election? I don't know. And a lot of Democrats, I think, don't have a lot of confidence either. A lot of my friends, when I hear them talk and engage in discussions like this, I don't know anybody who's a diehard Biden supporter. Do you? Right? How many Biden bumper stickers do you see on the back of cars and stuff like that? There's not a lot of popular support, and I don't think there really has been. I think he was just kind of like, like he's everyone's safe pick. Everyone's probably got their favorite candidate, but everyone can kind of agree that, well, if that person doesn't make it, I guess I can settle for like a Biden or something. But that really doesn't inspire a lot of motivation or faith or energy. So that's probably a little worrisome, and I think people are starting to maybe realize that right now. He's old. He makes mistakes. His health could be in question. Does he have the energy? He looks tired up here on debate stage and going out and campaigning. And is he capable of beating Trump? I don't think so, and I think most Democrats, if they're honest, would be a little worried as well. So his star is fading. I don't think he's going to be the nominee. I think as of right now, and it's easy to say this because she is catching up, I think there's a good chance it could be Warren, actually. Warren is also old. She is, I'm not going to say tired, but she's just an old white woman. I won't make the Native American joke. Well, that is going to dog her in the election. But she is a lot more progressive than Biden, at least she likes to say so. She can get some of that maybe Hillary magic back from before, because she would be, again, a woman running for the highest office in the land, and that can inspire a lot of people and get them out and campaign, and that you can get excited about that, right? But again, can she beat Trump? Trump beat her over the Native American allegations, and that's probably what the whole election is going to be again, just a rehash and reminder and repeats of that. And she admitted, she made some mistakes, and, but it's like, I don't know if she really ever has been held totally accountable for, again, claiming to be Native American for like the past 30, 40 years, getting all these, I think, benefits or scholarships or advantages because, she was stealing a race that maybe wasn't hers. I mean, I'm like an eighth Native American or something. Everyone's got a complicated family history tree, but I've never thought to claim that or to use that to get ahead or nothing like that. So, and I think there was a test, and she it's very small how much Native American she has. Anyway, but see, when you talk about her, that's what just kind of comes up, and that's what the whole election's going to be if Warren gets the nomination. She, like I said, she is popular among the Democratic field, and because she's a woman, she's embracing a lot of these kind of Bernie Sanders progressive policies. She's kind of like a reboot of Bernie, who I don't think is going to ever have a chance of making this as well. He does well among the young crowd. He raises a lot of issues and rustles a lot of feathers, but is he a serious candidate? His best chance was against Hillary back in 2016. That obviously did not work out well. Can he get that magic back and do it again? Maybe if the field was maybe a little smaller, but he's kind of old hat by now. He's just running to remind people and of his stances and issues, but is he electable? Is he going to win? He's got the name brand recognition. He's got the diehard followers to do well, but is he going to win the nomination, beat Trump? That's not happening either. So Bernie will be a perennial top 3 candidate, but he's not viable for anything. I don't think so. Kamala Harris, and then after that, those top 3, right? You got did I say top? Yeah, you got Bernie, Warren, and Biden. Those are your top 3. Everybody else is just kind of leftovers, I hate to say. You got Kamala Harris and Beto O'Rourke and Cory Booker and Yang Gang, and Tulsi Gabbard, and those candidates, those 5 I just mentioned, they're running for the next election, right? They're a little green still. They're not, they all, Buttigieg, did I say his name right? I'll put him in there as well. I forgot. They're running for the next election. They're kind of like rising stars in the party. This is their chance to run an election, a campaign, get their feet wet on a national stage. This is good name recognition for them. So in 2024, wow, and I guarantee almost every one of these people will probably run again if Trump wins. This is good experience. This is a good foundation. Building up their mailing list, right? Getting some groundwork laid, but it's all for next year, right? But with that in mind, it's interesting to kind of watch them now and how they position themselves and the things that they say and the people they attack, because they know there's no way that they're going to win the nomination this time. They're just too far behind. The field is too crowded. Each one of them is probably taking support from the other. If you don't like those top three, if you're like a younger progressive Democrat and you got these three old politicians running, that's not going to be very inspiring to you. You're going to look to the younger field, and that's who you want to, back and support. But if they can't win, what's the point of even running anymore? It's just trying to build their brand, right? And so I think it will be actually much more interesting next election when these five, six come back with more experience now. Trump will, if he wins the election, be gone in 2024. And so that kind of is a big reset button in the country when it comes to politics. And you can have there'll be very different priorities in 2024, right? Again, this election, it's all about who has the best chance of beating Trump. And so that's kind of warping perspectives and it's warping the field a little bit. And with the boogeyman of Trump being gone, again, in 2024, it's a much more level playing field and it's a fresh start, I think, it will be for the country as a whole, but definitely for the Democratic Party. They can kind of get out of Trump's shadow and try and do better now that he's not harassing them and antagonizing them anymore. And of course, you have a lot, more people running as well. But again, I think they're just running for next election. There's other people that will be on the debate stage tonight. I have to look them up because Julian Castro. Why is he even who is this guy? Why is he here? I don't understand. What's her name? Amy Klobuchar. Again, what? It takes a lot of, what am I trying to say? It takes a lot of cocky, I don't want to say confidence because that's not the right way. It takes you got to be quite the cocky individual to be in, to be in that situation and still keep running and campaigning thinking that you have a chance of winning, right? It's just like, I don't understand. If I were those people, I would drop out right away because you're not even building like a brand right now. You're just so, fly under the radar, nobody, nothing. Like it's just, you kind of almost hurt your brand by staying in right now because you just, who supports Julian Castro? Who's a big Amy Klobuchar? What do they even stand for, right? Where are they even from? Who knows anything about these people? There's other people as well. As I look at this list in front of me, there's a guy named Tom Steyer running for the Democratic Party. John Delaney, Steve Bullock, Michael Bennet, Wayne Messam, Tim Ryan, Joe Sestak. It's such a crowded field. And again, who are these? Why are we? How? What does it take inside a person to keep running like this and go through these motions and like get in front of like a crowd and give a speech to pretend that you even have a chance of doing it? I don't get it. I don't know. Can't you be more productive with your time and your money and your life? You want to stroke your ego? That's kind of what I think it is, right? One last person I haven't mentioned is Maureen Williamson. She's a little different because, again, no chance of winning. She's not laying a foundation for anything. She was kind of a meme candidate for a while. But I think she's just doing it because it's entertaining for her. It's an experience for her. This is a journey that she's going on. And, she's going to stay on this trip as long as she wants to. And she's just a different type of person. She's entertaining, right? Because she's so naive about some things. Not saying she's got bad ideas. Well, she's got some strange ideas. What evil forces are tearing the country apart. She's I'm glad she's running. I'm glad she's still in here. I wish she was on the stage tonight, because she is, like I said, politics is kind of a sport, right? So she's like, I don't know, someone called up from AAA, come in. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. But she does make things more entertaining, and it's kind of refreshing to see someone so not a politician and so kind of naive. Like, I saw an article yesterday. She's been shocked that the Democratic Party is so mean and has been treating her so ugly. And this morning I saw a little blurb that she's been surprised that conservatives have been like nicer to her than the people in her own party, right? So she's kind of having a little maybe wake up call and going on her little experimental journey right now. But it's just kind of, like I said, funny, and it's entertaining to see that, and good for her. I'm not against anyone running for election or anything in this country, but you got to be doing it for the right reasons, right? If you really think you can win, but there's no chance in hell, what are you doing? Wasting time. She's, like I said, she's just kind of going on her spiritual journey through all this, and it's kind of fun to, go on this journey with her, right? And she just makes things entertaining. Kind of again with like Yang. Yang is also kind of in that camp with her, I'd say. He's an interesting candidate. He's just a one-issue candidate. It's $1,000 a month, which is a real issue, mind you. He's only, it's good that he's bringing light to this issue, because automation is a huge threat to almost everything we do. I do believe in that. I don't know if $1,000 a month, universal basic income, is going to fix that, but it does need to be talked about because it's happening now, and there's a change in the economy as we get more towards automation, and he's the only one really kind of taking it seriously, which is more politicians should. More people should be aware of this. But unfortunately, he's tied himself so much to this issue. That's all he is. He really, he may talk about other issues and policies and stuff, but Yang is just here trying to build his brand, not for any future office or nothing, but he's just kind of building his celebrity a little bit. And good for him again. Why not take advantage of it? But he's not going to be running for election next year or next time around. He's just in it now for kind of shits and giggles, but also to bring some exposure to this issue of his. And it looks like he's having fun doing it too. He was a little shaky in the beginning, that first debate, but I think he's kind of like, to hell with it, F it, whatever. I'm here, I'm going to hang around as long as I can and just kind of mess with people and pose some interesting questions and get people thinking about something that's important to me. So more props to him, right? Nothing wrong with that. But we'll see. But again, if I was to predict, it's going long, as we head into primaries and all that stuff, I think it's going to be Warren. I don't see anyone else really who can come and take nomination. I think Biden is just, his time passed, too old, not in step with his party and the base, doesn't get people excited. The safe bet isn't going to work against Trump. And unfortunately, I think Warren is probably the next best alternative, but I don't think she's going to be enough either. She's a little bit of Bernie. She's a little bit of Hillary. She's a little bit, kind of a mix of Bernie and Hillary, I guess, which is kind of maybe weird. But, she's been in politics a long time, so she's got, a lot of corporate connections. She's kind of a mix of all three, actually. She's a little Biden, she's a little Bernie, and she's a little Hillary. And I think for most Democrats, they can live with that, I guess. But will she end up beating Trump? It's going to be an ugly campaign. It's going to be just like with Hillary. All over again, but now Trump's going to have the confidence of office, and you've already seen how he's treated her. It might even be a boring election, because I don't think, could be wrong. I just don't think there's just not much substance there. I guess, I don't know. substance in this video? What are you talking about? Anyway, okay, I'm rambling. I gotta go. I got stuff to do. I know you do too. I'll check out the debates tonight. Maybe I'm wrong. But like I said, as of September 12th, 2019, primaries are still about a year away. No, in a couple months actually. Sorry, my fault. A couple months out from the elections, Super Tuesday, stuff like that. But I think it's kind of Warren's race to lose now, and I think she will get the nomination. And good luck. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting for sure. All right, I gotta go.